A girl who thought she could be whole by becoming what she wanted others to think, while she was actually losing herself in the process. Why is lure one of the worst ways you can end up like this? I mean, it's not like it's the only temptation everyone, even babies, fall victim to, or like one of the only coaxes that steals your joy and self-worth, making you a piece of static nothing. I'm an orange. Today's message is about how an idol changed lure into love. Lure is one of those temptations everyone deals with, but no one pays attention to. The idol in question, Uzuki Hirokawa, attends your typical slice of life high school, but because of the struggle of the balance of good and evil, being the leading member of Sweet Bullet and a high school student, it became difficult for Uzuki to fit in. Subsequently, she joins what is essentially 2020's online school, graduates, and attends the same college as the main characters, Sakata Amai, which is where the Saiyan arc takes place. But that was before she dropped out. Like majority of people, no one actually notices where they went or can go wrong. Especially since one of the three reasons Uzuki, and probably you too, went from idol to NPC or bitterness was mainly due to her peers. It's normal to think others' opinions matter. I mean, that's literally what our current society is constructed on, the opinions of other people. But there's a difference between being concerned about your peers and being consumed with their every thought, muscle flinch, and step they take. Being concerned is making sure your friend's okay. Being consumed is making sure they're okay to the point of exhaustion and stalking their location. It's to the point of worry and anxiety. So when you or someone you know struggles with wanting to be like others or wondering what they think, it's worrying about something that has zero benefit to you, which leads to anxiousness. Or puberty syndrome, which is basically the manifestation of anxiety, shown with the universe collapsing, getting a girlfriend, or getting a girlfriend, then the universe collapsing. So when I saw Uzuki starting to appeal to her so-called friends, changing some of the most important aspects of her identity because she was worried with what they thought, I thought everyone could relate to it. But with Uzuki being the leader of Sweet Bullet, which is essentially BTS, I'll calibrate it. It's safe to say Uzuki has some level of style and personality. So when you take someone who wants friends and give them something to fit in with possible friends, you start realizing they're deviating from their interests to accommodate for someone that could care less. It's like if you have a peanut allergy. Every potential friend licks peanut butter like my dog. Bad company corrupts good character. So it's up to you to decide to send yourself to the hospital or to enjoy your apple butter sandwich with the people who already like you. But I'm now realizing I've experienced every issue while writing this. In my case, I was offered one thing I've subconsciously always wanted, but I'm not going to spoil too much. The same principle goes if you have friends who do less than legal and unhealthy activities. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. So the hard truth is, just being around them, you 9 times out of 10 also get addicted based on the fact, if you're young, your brain's not fully developed, and the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. That's why even though Uzuki was confident, bubbly, and had a vibrant presence, that quickly fades. And I'm not gonna say I haven't fallen victim to this. Like at one point, I changed how I acted entirely, not realizing your eye is the lamp of your body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are unhealthy, your whole body will be full of darkness. It's like when you think you're ugly or see yourself in anything but a positive light, it directly affects how you will actually see yourself. It's why every time you step in front of a mirror, you only get one of two thoughts. I look good or I'm ugly. Your brain's powerful, but it doesn't actually perceive reality. It's why bias, affirmation, and words have power exist. It's part of the reason you feel confident after getting hyped up. In Uzuki's case, she saw a darkness in herself that didn't exist until she was actively looking for it. So if then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? And although darkness and fear is something we see and struggle with every day, fear doesn't have to be as complex as waiting for World War III to happen. It could literally be as simple as your fear of being alone, but wanting to be seen. But because Uzuki dropped school to focus on work, she wasn't exactly knowledgeable like her peers. So to repaint her perceived image, she chose statistical science, the major her friends chose, even though she had absolutely zero interest in it. The only other problem keeping her from being herself again was realizing her friends were her only way to happiness. It's like wanting to be a Kai Cenat, but instead of actually working, you sit and rely on him playing games all day, and then expecting you're a top 10 streamer. Like, it doesn't make any sense to rely on someone else for your own joy and goals. People 100% of the time fall short of expectation. So when you put your key to happiness in another's pocket, you're putting your faith in people who could really care less about you or your expectations. A good way to describe it is like when you're getting clickbaited, or when your friend cancels your plans and doesn't give a second thought. A friend loves at all times, so does it make sense to call someone a friend or even a partner if they're changing you or treating you in ways you wouldn't even treat yourself? But there's something, which is actually what we all have, but seemingly everyone neglects the most. Struggling with identity and the feeling you'll never be enough is something I'm certain a lot of us relate to. Even if you haven't necessarily destroyed the universe, if you've ever felt something's off, let me know in the comments and I will make a video on it explaining a way to help you. But if you're also enjoying a vitamin C rich fruit yap about God and K-pop, consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you never miss the exact message God has for you. Like how chasing validation kills your inner voice. While your voice is an odd concept, it refers to two things. Both the physical voice, the internal-external communication, and it can refer to the influence you carry. It's like when you write in notebooks and journals. One's for your thoughts, another for your work. But when you neglect the amount of authority God's given you, you lose both. The same way you have hundreds of notebooks, but not a single word written in them. Lure is literally temptation. It's like you're dehydrated at sea and trying to refresh yourself with salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you get. Uzuki tries to become what's to be known as the college girl, essentially grabbing her friend's perception of a college girl into herself, eventually creating the trend of college girl. She both literally lost her voice, like bruh started whispering during a concert, and she lost her self-reliability, her second voice, or her influence. It's like people pleasing to the point of letting someone else choose everything for both of you because you only want what they want. In my experience, I had a girlfriend completely different from me. I met her at church when I was a jit, and we reunited in high school. Don't make it weird. But in a way, to fulfill my first love and to marry her, I know, crazy, right? Getting married at the age of 6. I changed my entire identity from how I dressed to even the major I chose. Thank God I failed that class. But while I was only a little conscious, I was constantly chasing validation because I thought she was better than me and acting in ways no man should. I was unequally yoked to the point of staying with her and forcing myself to get upset because we broke up. I'm glad God brought me out of that, but for you it could be the same thing, or it could be wanting friends. The breaking point for Uzuki came from watching her real friends, the ones who cared about her from the start, perform without her. Unfortunately, their speakers go out, Uzuki decides to join them, gets her voice back, their equipment gets back, and it's all swallow falls. But it's never explicitly said how she overcame this, which is why you're here today. There's only 3 ways to be whole, at peace, and love yourself. First place the word goes to Jesus. Jesus literally says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." Jesus is the only one to give people real peace and not just decompressing on your phone all day. The second is realizing not everyone is your friend and not everyone cares about you. I learned this the hard way. At a point in time, I was concerned with why people were looking at me. Like, what was I doing? Third is recognizing how you speak to yourself has power. The only 2 beings that have power over your life is God and you. And the easiest way to recognize this is checking out how God himself put his hope in you, so you should put faith in him.